What?
Hey, FBW fans, this is John. I'm here with Johnny Nimbus.
Good.
And this is the John and Johnny Nimbus show. So today we're going to be talking about a huge topic today, which is about, I believe, FBW's newest show, FBW New Year's Kickoff. Now, Johnny, I got this announcement about at least yesterday on Christmas Eve. By the way, Merry Christmas to everybody. I got this announcement on Christmas Eve, and this announcement was from Johnny Nimbus, specifically saying that to end the year off, we're going to have New Year's Kickoff, which is going to be a huge show, I would believe, because every brand that has their own show will be at that pay-per-view, and every brand will compete for the very first time. XFW will compete for the very first time. SWE Superstars will be competing for the first time. BBW Superstars will be competing for the first time. All four brands will be competing for the very first time, and FBW will be competing with it as well. But FBW's got some special stuff because every brand is allowed to be in this. All the FBW championships, not the titles from different brands, all FBW titles will be defended in one match called the New Year's Havoc match. Johnny, can I get your opinion about that match?
I mean, if this is a match we've never seen before, all titles are on the line. So we can have a bunch of different champions in this match.
No, but here's the thing. If someone scores a pinfall, they are allowed to choose which briefcase has a title in it. And if they choose that briefcase, they don't know what title is going to be in there. They have no idea what title is going to be in there. Either if it's the FBW Championship, the FBW King of the Mountain Championship, the Global Championship, any title, they can win that title.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. And also, the FBW Tag Team titles are on the line, so if somebody does get a random pinfall and they decide to become, and they grab the Tag Team title, they have to find out who their Tag Team partner is. That's a stipulation right there. Don't you think, Johnny? I think Johnny's watching TV, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea.
What?
I was talking about, give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. I had to talk to Johnny for a little bit. So, Johnny, huge matchup here in place, especially because this has got so much things going on. But then we have to talk about other brands, which we have to situate that in a second. XFW has had a bit of issues, if you haven't noticed, Johnny, and it's between RST... Huh?
Who has issues?
The two people in XFW, if you haven't noticed lately, we have RSTL, and then we have Bruce Hamilton, who is supposedly the self-supremacy of XFW. I mean, my opinion about this so far is that I think we're going to be seeing this feud happen at this New Year's special, but what do you think could go down in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Anyways, guys, Johnny, still, I would think this feud between RSTL and Bruce Hamilton will definitely go down easily. I don't know how, but we're going to find out very soon. Maybe at New Year's special, I don't know, at the New Year's Kickoff. I mean, what do you think about this feud in general?
I mean, honestly, I have no idea.
I mean, we both have no business involved in this rivalry. I mean, it's XFW, and of course, there's not much things going on in this rivalry, especially because, we're not involved with the show. We're FBW. I don't know what their problem is with each other, but if they can settle that feud, I mean, that would be perfectly awesome, Hold up. Anyways, we're back. So, like I said, there's a lot of things going on with different brands, but there's also SWE. We haven't really heard much from SWE because we don't really know what they're going to be doing lately. You know what I mean, Johnny?
Yeah.
Because, SWE just came to this company, and right before XFW came, here comes SWE wanting to get involved with this huge brand collision or something, and it just seems like, these brands are coming in to fight against this brand, which is FBW. I know it may seem confusing, guys, but still, there's a lot of things we can question about this huge confrontation between all brands. You know what I mean, Johnny? I mean, plus, it is in the middle of the holidays. Not a lot of things happen. And in the New Year's kickoff, you got to be wondering, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things we could see. We could see many different matches. We could see a lot. And like I said, if there's a lot of matches we see, they probably will be entertaining. All we know is the XFW situation. We got the freaking SWE situation as well. But we have to understand this mystery company called BBW got involved last week, when BBW said themselves that they will be involved in this collision with the backyard wrestling companies fighting against each other. FBW versus XFW versus SWE versus BBW. How huge is this, Johnny?
I mean, this is pretty big.
I mean, it's crazy, but at the same time, you gotta wonder, what really is gonna happen during this feud?
I mean, that's pretty much everybody's question. And, I mean, the only way to really find out is, I guess.
True. And a lot of people, when you talk about New Year's kickoff, this is the first time we're doing this. This is the first time that this is like... This is the first time we have, like, brand versus brand versus brand versus brand, because there's 4 brands that are fighting for equal chance. But the question is, how are all these brands going to fare out when this one show, this is the first show where all brands will cross paths? You got to wonder, will this start up rivalries with one brand?
It could happen.
It could happen. Now, I want to talk about something else too, guys. Something that I think I need to get off my chest here. There's a lot of things that have been going on in FBW that have been a bit crazy, that have been going around since, FBW, wrestling times. You have, this situation with the Global Championship. After John the Fisherman won the Global title, he simply, he simply made a statement. Johnny?
Yeah.
And I question this, because now John the Fisherman's got 4 people gunning after his title. You have Johnny Snow, that lunatic that nobody really knows what the heck is in his mind. Because we saw Johnny Snow. We saw what he could do at WrestleFest.
Yeah.
And I question Johnny Snow's wrestling ability, but we can't question him because he's pretty insane. I mean, the guy doesn't really have a face. And then you got Bucks Gazillion, the guy who beat Johnny Snow in a match for the Global Gauntlet, and it was a bit crazy, I mean, like, most of the people would think, well, what's going to happen with Bucks Gazillion? I mean, he beat Johnny Snow to prove himself in the Gauntlet, and then you got Craig Davis. Johnny, what do you think about Craig Davis right now? Folks, once again, I think Johnny's doing something. I have no idea what he's doing. Hey, Johnny. Yo. Yes, I am.
And I think the blitz pretty well.
Joe.
Right now.
Once again, guys, a little bit of an era. Like I said, there's not a lot. This is our first time talking on a talk show. But anyways, Johnny, there's a lot of stuff we do not want to miss at the New Year's kickoff show, and I'm really hoping that we get to see most of the things. Johnny, we're hoping to get some interviews with some of the wrestlers that are participating in this New Year's Havoc match.
Yeah.
And you gotta wonder, who are the key factors to winning this match? And to winning the titles? Well, first of all, you got Joseph in the match. I mean, he's a key factor of that. But let me remind you, none of these superstars will know what championship is in each briefcase. I mean, I won't even know. So whatever title Joseph wins, if he does beat somebody, if he does win a title, then what happens? I mean, will Joseph lose?
Then I guess he's the champion,
I guess he's the champion, but what happens if Joseph loses the FBW World's Heavyweight Championship? That's another thing we got to talk about. If somebody pins somebody and they get the FBW World's Heavyweight title, what happens to that person?
I don't know.
Well, they basically become champion. But I guess we're going to make this into parts, guys. Let's get into part 2 of this show, and yeah. I'm going to make a part 2.